Hi, babies. Mwah. Okay, so I've been seeing quite a few videos on my FYP about people who essentially said that, they have started seeing, like a bruja, and then things escalated and got weird, and they were always telling me that I was cursed and blah 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 blah, whatever. And then I have a client that came over, and her answer to everything is that she's cursed, and because she worked with other people before she found me. And I just want to give you what I would consider, especially as somebody who considers themselves a bruja, who considers themselves, part of the Latinx community. Like, I want to talk about some red flags in spiritual advisors. I do not create a codependent relationship with my clients, almost to a fault. And what I mean by that is I am empowering you to be you, and make decisions that are best for you and live the life of your dreams. And I give you the tools for that. If you see someone and they are like always telling you you're cursed, or trying to create a fear-based kind of situation where, like, when you tell them and you're like, oh, I just feel really off and I'm dragging and this, that, and the other, and like their first answer is always, I bet you it's that girl from work. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you, bitches don't really have that much power. Like, and it's irking me. It's irking me that, like, we're creating this fear-based situation because when you create that kind of codependency, that secures you as a client, right? Your spiritual advisor is always going to have you as a client because you're going to need them to block it, to do some candle work or do something, right? I mean this, and if this pisses everybody off, okay, love you. But for real, when my clients come to me and they're like, oh, I feel really off, blah, 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 like, obviously, I'm going to channel. I'm going to talk to their elevated ancestors and be like, what's up? And I'm going to tell you, in the years that I've practiced, I think I've only had like 2 instances where it was like, this is like just evil eye energy. Just that. And you need protection, right? And I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but it doesn't happen as much as fucking people think it does. Like, most of the time, if you're feeling like shit and you can't get out of bed, like, the very first thing is going to be is, what emotions are you avoiding that are crippling you and sitting your ass down? Like, that part. If I'm giving you a ritual, so like I have a soul tie ritual that I have clients do. I don't do it for you. And the reason why I don't do it for you is because you are the one with the soul tie, and you have to want to cut it. You have to want to get rid of it. And paying me to do it isn't enough. It's a scapegoat, right? You have to want it. You have to say, I'm ready to let this person go. And I could tell you, I have given this soul tie ritual to several clients, and the clients that have done it, it worked immediately. I had a girl who got the soul tie package, and literally she was going to give up a job, like, in another state, to be close to some guy who she technically wasn't even with because he was the only person she had. She did the soul tie ritual. She ended up moving. 6 months later, she was like, I can't remember that guy's name. She said, I am trying to recall his name right now, and I can't even recall his name. Because you have to want it. But I've also had other clients I've given it to, and it's literally sat in their text messages, and they haven't touched it. And you know why? Because they're not ready to let the shit go. So, anyways, so I digress. I'm going to tell you that if you're looking for a spiritual advisor, a healer, somebody to help you through, right, and figure out why you're feeling off and all of these things, I want you to ask yourself what work needs to happen here, and what about this that's happening to me and that I'm feeling could be a manifestation of things I am avoiding rather than I'm being cursed by this person or that person. Now, again, I'm not saying jealousy doesn't happen. Jealousy does, obviously. But if it's crippling you, it's more than likely internal. And sometimes it manifests as like I'm gonna tell you the two times that I had it, it was like a mom, their mom was on bullshit and jealous of them. And then the other one was they had a really close friend that wasn't actually a friend. Right? And I didn't have to tell them that as much as like once I told them, they knew. They knew it was their friend. They just didn't want to believe it. So they were trying to put it off on like a sister-in-law. And I was like, I don't know. I feel like it's Jane over here. And they were like, damn, I didn't want it to be her. So again, if you're working with, and I'm not trying to fuck anybody's hustle, but what I am here to do is you should not be calling your spiritual advisor once a month. You shouldn't. That's codependency. That means you're scared to make a decision and they're not giving you the tools to help you heal the part of you that doesn't want to trust yourself. So that's my 2 cents. I could be wrong. I love you. I'm not, though.